Welcome to yet another special episode of the Podcaster that is brought to you by Pictures. My name is Washington Siwane, aka Marasta. Sikhona futhi njalo namhla sikamba lo Dhlakama. D&F, I'm sure for most of you who follow the Zifa Southern Region Division 1, you have been seeing some good visuals, lapha nama highlights, into ezinjalo. The man that is behind that is here joining us today. Dumi Dhlakama.
I'm Naisha Washi. Thanks so much for inviting me. It's good to be back again, and thank you so much for the introduction.
Namhla you're big, but namhla ugqoke uniform, because that other time, the first episode that we did, of course, we were talking about the Zifa Southern Region. But today, sungakwazi ukuthi undoda lo tshona ku Division 1 because abantu abaningi bazitshela Division 1 engco uyabhora, but undoda lo utshona khona la Dumi, maybe ne okoqala fahla uthi usitshele ukuthi wena ngubani. Abaningi baphongwazi ukuthi D&F uDumi yena ivele ngubani.
Yeah, well, Dumi Washi is a sports journalist wakhona apha Bulawayo, so affiliated to the Sportcaster, that is the Southern Region sports journalist for Southern Region. Usisonke futhi together in that platform. So I think it's been quite a while now doing sports journalism, so at the same time being a sports photographer as well as doing videography. But there are so many things that he does because he's also a radio sports analyst and also for Khulumani FM. So I show Ikona every Monday and then on Sundays as well. Sports Shake Exeni, I'm also part of that. So being a team of Khulumani FM, that is the sports team. So he also does that, and I'm also a blogger, especially for upcoming footballers. There is a lot that I've been doing for them in terms of giving them the platform. But what's important is that one motivator. I remember when seeing Marvelous Nakamba, being signed the same as well. And then I couldn't say about Aston Villa, I couldn't say Belgium, but there is no footage. Can you imagine? If you look at YouTube, local football yet, there is nothing about him, but he did the record. I remember Simbugela Italy skipper sake, that's cool. So that's not one. The skipper is for So when you look for those things, I was torn. So I think that's what motivated me. Okay, let me go back and see these youngsters. Abanga the opportunity to be seen because I know with PSL maybe there are some photographers, some videographers that are doing that and giving a platform to showcase these players. But for Division 1, there is no footage, and some of these players but there is nothing to show. So I've been going there with Division 1, and this season, coverage has been extensive. I'm also happy with what we have done. Going to our matches at Division 1 photography as well as our video. So it's been a lot, that we have been doing, and I'm happy with some of the players, that we also are filming. Abanye sebe promote my teams, from that, and labanye, sebe bonagala, sebe phuma la newspaper, and hopefully, big things will be coming up for those guys because we are about Division 1 Washi. There are so many things that are happening there. Our players are not getting their money, so hopefully, with those footage that are there on YouTube, it will give them, that advantage. Which at least someone might see and give them the platform, with him a pay for me and get to where I would want them to be. Because what's important, merit should lead the way. We've seen, for me personally, you have my PSL matches comparing the Division 1. I think there is no merit apprehended. The players that are playing in Premier League versus the players that are playing Malwa Division, difference in those are Division 1 are doing better than those guys. But Iporale does not reward the merit. Right from the national team here through to Amalwa Division, you look at Iporale, for me I'm happy with that because the merit was not there. She is national team selection. I'm happy because FIFA for me. Because you look at his selection national team, it wasn't on merit. I'm playing as a selector because he's aligned to so and so, this and that team. But when you look at the talent that was there in local football, some player were overlooked because you are not associated to a certain individual. So
project.
Yes, I'm a project. Yeah, that's the right word. So what I'm saying, merit for me should lead the way. So if a player is doing well with Division 1, he should be given the platform in Premier League. He should go overseas. and we are looking at players anjengabo Peter Ndlovu. You know, someone saw him and imagine ukuthi ngabe bekukhathesi maybe lo Peter angasoza abonakala because uzibani uyazi ucoach so coach will look at that player playing platform and forget umuntu njengo Peter Ndlovu. We are still talking about Peter. Can you imagine why haven't we produced another Peter Ndlovu? So for me, I feel ukuthi ngama issues are merit. Let umuntu oyenza kuhle, you know, be given the platform to showcase his talent, and I think as a country will move forward, and hopefully after Ipanle, everyone will come together and realize let's fix these things and make sure that we reward merit. Umuntu ngasenza kuhle asimekeleni abonakale ngasenziwe into yakhe.
Hey, hayi umfoka Dhlakama ibeka laphana uthi hayi merit is the way to go. Hey, so ibona labana bakhetha asikhethe nini ngendlela. But with the use of these videos like the ones that D&F is capturing other Division 1, I'm sure so many players have been exposed to ukuthi they have got the talent, they have got the capacity to actually play for those big teams. Then D&F kusuka ngapha ngazi u-F ulibizo lakho lesithuba Fortune D&F kusuka ngapha.
Well, you know, when look is like D&F, you know, it was an idea that I got. I remember that time, you know, I was on internship at CNC Productions, and after that, you know, yes, that's clear. So yeah, very nilapa through izandla. So there is quite a lot that I gained konangale CNC. So. But at that time, you know, also another opportunity to work for grassroots soccer, communications department, and I'm still there, you know, and currently saying as a consultant here in Zimbabwe, as well as looking at, you know, Africa as a whole. So yeah, because of what, you know, I gained from CNC Konangale, like, you know, so many things from there. So I think Konakana experience that I got, you know, from CNC is what, you know, has propelled me within fitness, you know, saying sends all these things, and I think the question sends because of
no, I just want to understand what the DNF so have been tell if libizo lakho
Fortune. So yeah, I think after, you know, CNC and going back at least I was earning something, you know, after the internship, so I could afford the cameras and, you know, my laptops for that. And I had a partner at that time, you know, there was a guy who was the F, you know, but I won't mention him, the F part, so we partnered. But, you know, as a industry, so Sakamba, and along the way, I think I give up, and I thought, this is not rewarding, and I focus on some other things. So I'm chasing it. And because I established a brand at D&F, and I felt, you know, I can't change it. Can't so confuse, you know, abantu out there. So but my second name, you know, Ellen, of which I would mention F. So from Budala that you know, off air. So that would keep putting one F. So yeah, from engine, with engine, my business one, I've got an F, so I felt okay, let me just use that F. So I think that is how the name came about. But when it came to registering the company, you know, I said some initials, so it's registered under Vector Media. So it's Vector Media, but TTA is a D&F Multimedia. So yeah, so that is the Lokana AC7 services. So that's how the name came about.
So when was that, when you got into that partnership F
with the F? So it was in 2018. I think it was it should be 20. Yeah, it was 2018 about September, right about there. That's when we started the D&F. So yeah, it was after that internship program, CNC / attachment, you know. So yeah, I think from there, it's Bijana, and up to now, you know, this is a figure now, of which I still feel we are operating at 30% capacity, because there's still a lot more that I feel can be done, and that I feel we have to go. So right now, you know, I've got Lami saying the team, you know, people that are coming through Yaba University. We want to learn, and also we want, you know, to grow photography, video filming. So I've got guys, you know, that are coming through and helping out. So yeah, I think now we have got a team of 5 guys, you know, So it's two that are full-time, me and who unfortunately could not come through because Usele. So then there are 3 guys that are on standby. With me being Preside, they can come through to join. So yeah, it's a team of 5 at this present stage.
Well, so that's the story from Dumi Dhlakama D&F uDai bathe beqalisa phana in 2018 ethe bayiqalise bebabili but itomunye uthe sokusendleleni waqalisa ukudonsa inyawo laphana wasala but wasala walimala so usele but D&F is still there but uDumi uthi is saying ukuthi he has got a team of about 5 guys now, though 2 are full time, so he has given the opportunity to other youngsters abafisa ukufunda. I'm sure eqineni sisezo maybe ngice kulabanye lana elifuna ukuthi uyabona uzasitshela eqineni. Then you're looking at ukuqalisa into njengale, I'm sure there are a lot of challenges that you kind of faced. What are some of those challenges that you faced and how have you overcome those challenges?
Yeah, it's very true. To be honest, with you, it's a difficult journey. I'm sure you can agree with me on that one. Same field. When you set up something, I think it's not only Google Media, but also in any other sector. When you are starting, very unzima, and yeah, your name is Skalo, so I'm sure maybe it was easy for you because you're Skalo Pictures, but for me, it was really tough, and that's why I say to Tumchita or Puma along the way, because to be honest, because you will need all other aspects like marketing, and you will need equipment, and you meet so many people who will discourage no, this doesn't pay, you meet Zimbabwe. And I still remember and you find people who tell you journalism very bad, they will tell you don't start journalism, don't do anything about journalism because I man. But when you've got the passion for it, so for me I feel a passion, because sometimes even if I would work for free I wouldn't mind, because I encounter that as experience. So I would appreciate that its experience, and it will help me along the way. And so that's how I overcame, because I managed to network with other people that are in this industry, like you guys, and so many people that I'm networking with that are helping out, which is pushing this thing. So there's a lot that I can say one is to overcome our challenges. But I think the biggest challenge was starting, setting up, and also getting confidence from the people to say Umudulo can do this thing. Because remember, you're just someone, maybe a student, and you're telling someone soon media and they're doing this such and such about media. You take up experience. Who are you? And they will be looking at those guys as a puzzle. They go underrated, they go underestimated. So it's such things, that as discourage one to the same again. But along the way, if you have got the passion, it can push you and it can help you to overcome such challenges. So for me, I would say with passion, and I was happy when Khulumani FM started Bulawayo. I joined the KFM sports team, and Ifan's on the sports show that's Mondays and Friday. I was the pioneer of that, all because of media, and I networked with some people, and through that, I got the opportunity to be part of the KFM team, and up to now, I'm still part of esports team KFM, and Lakofuti, it has also opened doors for me who sports journalism. So I would say passion really it can help you, especially go sector media. Without passion, to be honest, passion really you have to have a passion. Without passion, you give up along the way, to be honest.
We are so you are speaking about you doing some sportscasting at Khulumani FM. I'm sure I've also seen you covering cricket, into zinjalo. You are also doing some work for grassroots. How do you balance all these?
To be honest, it's hard to actually balance all that, because I'm also studying as well. So I'm also at school, and balancing it all up, it's quite challenging. But what makes me happy is the fact that day by day I'm bonus and overcoming some of those things, because I feel there's still a long way to go in terms of my personal development as well as business wise, where I wanted D&F to go. So like what you said, is sportscasting, doing it. So the good part is that on my weekends, most of the times I can go and cover soccer matches, maybe cricket as well, and then from there, D&F as well as getting interviews for its sports show, so I can balance that up. And then I go cricket as well, during the week I can go there. And then being part of grassroots soccer, it was also quite challenging because previously I had to work, an 8 to 5 job. So during the week you'll be there, then weekends, so say I get up to cover sporting events. So it was quite challenging. But for now, grassroots soccer from Zimbabwe shifted. So currently things are like on a part-time as a consultant. So we get much more freedom to move around, and as well as working with those guys, grassroots soccer. So I think at this first stage, it's so for me to balance that up. So yeah, I think we are managing our shit, to be honest, because I feel we're talking as a manager, which isn't as related when you look at it. Being part of the communications team, grassroots soccer, being a sports journalist, doing sports photography. So all those things, link. So maybe it was going to be hard for me to balance it up. But I always feel if you have the willpower to do something, you can overcome it. You can always do it. To go for what you really want. So yeah, balance it.
Oh, so the only man that can stop you is yourself, huh?
True.
Yeah. Then looking at, I'm sure Division 1, especially season day, we have covered it so extensively. What has been so special about covering Division 1? I know that my once did it. You once did it in 2019. That thing is at Sasala. You have been doing a splendid job. We really appreciate what you're doing, and people are really appreciating, because people, they can see those packages, highlights, and what has been so special about covering with Division 1, and what do you think could be done more to make sure that we expose the talent that is readily available out there?
Yeah, I think first of all I'd like to thank you, Washi, for giving me a platform, such a platform. Yeah, and also giving you credit, because sometimes you have to and then but for getting this recognition, it means a lot. And I remember back then, we were following with Division 1 back then, the sun is blazing hot, and they will be there, covering with Division 1 and all that. But I've remained with Division 1, but solely because of that reason, earlier on about there are so many youngsters, that I feel like and I'm just hoping I want to but getting back to the question, what has been special, this is the lay where she has got a lot of negatives compared to our positives. But what I'm happy about, at least it's pain, because there was a time I felt maybe I was pain because of the financial troubles that the clubs were going through. You talk about a team like at home, they have to fork out about $200 to pay the match officials, to pay security officials that will be there. Manning this, and lower stadium and all that. So that's a lot of money in a league where narrates that will be coming back for that person who's putting their money into it. You look at match officials, they've been criticizing them, but have the clubs been paying those match officials? Sometimes it's a child game, can that person concentrate a game in? So it's all about the passion these guys have been pushing, and so for me, it's positive. Even through this hardship that we went through with Division 1 this season, there are so many things, that I felt could have stopped this season. But the clubs have progressed, and right now we are left with last week we played with 31, so we are left with 3 weeks of action. So even if we club and just if we 2 matches lay 1 away, you get that money, you finish the season. It's good to celebrate the season. So for me, I feel our clubs, they really should be given praise for making sure that season iflowile. Unfortunately, Ndosakusa fell along the way because of the same issue that I was highlighting. Sometimes because we've got passion for football, and then week in week out, traveling teams taking lunch, and then once it's home, says but reps high ground. Next week is taking lunch, and come mid season, you also calculate ngiyabantwana engqendlini imali fees because ama clubs that I can count ukuthi they've got the financial mass. It's ZPC one gates Arnel, maybe Mosi Rovers, maybe Mainline as a plan, Challenge Vision. That's 6. The rest is in Poso 90. Well, it's a developmental side, because I'm happy with the promoter because if they did not promote those boys, but what's pushing those boys is the fact that they are seeing, some of them, their teammates, their colleagues, playing with first team, and that has been pushing them. And this weekend, I had the opportunity to watch them against quality food. So the quality of football that they played, never mind the fact that they're playing quality food, they produce quality food and they discipline the quality food. So I feel and even after the game, I spoke to one of the youngsters who has been doing well, Simba Matsibire. So he was saying what has been pushing them is the fact that they are saying we can be promoted from this Poso 90 system. So second half of the season they've been pushing hard. Even when you look at the fact that they lost about 6-7 players to the first team. First it was Odala or Romeo. They went to the first team. Then they Penduwa Futi first team. About 4 the promoter. And now Mabalega went back to youth system, got some players. They've jailed. They now Sebecha and Lamaima team. So it's quite commendable what they've done. Even looking at the fact that they are struggling financially, but they're managing to keep it afloat. So I think all the clubs for me deserve credit for what they did this season. They fulfilled our fixtures. There are some our teams are failed to travel for away matches. But the fact that we have got to 31 for me, I feel it's a major highlight. I know that as a reporter, it's celebrating mediocrity. But if you were there at the stadiums and see our teams with a structure, second half of the season, a new rule was introduced to refu kachai pay the money Can you imagine? So we have had some games being delayed. As a class saying about 3:30, about 2:04, sipume sokumnyame stadium. Imagine. Because then we have to sit and wait, and then at the end of the day we have football being played and our results are poor. So for me I feel it's a success, but there's still a long way to go. There's still a lot that has to be done, so that, because remember this is first division, it's just one step from the Premier League. So each division 1 is a reflection of the Premier League, if I may say that, because there is Italian Delegate Division 1, it's also a reflection of what is the Google Premier League. So if our clubs want to be professional, they have to start there from Division 1, so that the Premier League it also follows suit. But 3 games left actually, for me, that's good enough.
Ngiyafika kunjalo. Sesivala sesigqiba namhla silodumi lapha from D&F Multimedia. The man was behind all those good visuals elwabona ku YouTube lapana in terms of the Zifa Southern Region. Dumi sesivala sesigqiba lapha. Maybe what would be your special message maybe to other upcoming media personnel abanjengathi who also want to venture into this? Maybe ngomunye uyacabanga ukuthi ngenze njani. What would be your message to those upcoming ones? Kumbe kulomunye wakwayenza maybe ngesekhalile kade esethi lokho what would be your message to encourage them so that they can also take this up? Because I'm sure singabambisana will surely improve our sports, singasakhayela ibhora phela, all our sporting disciplines, especially emhlubulweni lo wakithi lo.
It's very true, actually. It's very true. And for me, what I've understood, I feel in this short journey that I've been, doing this, and also meeting some other people, that have been mentoring me. What I've discovered, hunting in packs, is what wins, But you look at how we are operating, operator individual, and I think that is what has killed so many upcoming, people in this industry ukuthi like nxa establish vele kumele kube yimi ngedwa and all that, but I think if we can partner really we can make East Southern Region great, we can make Bulawayo great. So for me, I feel ukuthi our partnerships is one thing that we should really push hard for Konalapa, not only even lagu sport worship, but even lagu film industry, because that's another area that I've been working on. Konapa line of work to realize we've got so many stories as Bulawayo that I'm told, but why are we not telling them? We've got two kings Mzilikazi who crossed over from South Africa all the way to Zimbabwe. Has there ever been a film about Mzilikazi that has been done by the children of Mzilikazi? There's nothing about that. We've got Tama stories as well as Khulumani, wayesemthathela umbuso wathebuya wamxotsha sikwazanga. Has that story been told? So all those guys that have got the knowledge, but look at Zifa bijana, and there is no documentation of such things. So we really need to document our stories now, and it always makes me sad to see. I remember talking to Peridaga, he's one man who had reserves of knowledge about local football, and I've got a footage of interviewing like back then, and I still have it. And what you are saying, it was a lot. The unfortunate part was that we had planned part 2 of that. And near weekend young corner, we lost him, when we had planned to have the part 2 coaching again, because I'd done the part it's actually boring. But you could feel good to Mutlo, ule knowledge le pora le Zimbabwe, anything cool. But we don't have such things, I remember meeting Cosmas Salo when funeral lega tombstone and building Rambo. And he was telling me stories about California hotel island there. You were saying good so many people were telling us to California hotel, but I am the man who did that. The visual kutoka kule movie California, so to sit like Cant like myself look like California vugani bevuki. They never said that. So to California California hotel. So those are very interesting stories, that are not documented. If we don't have them, like this by YouTube, he has got all the knowledge. So we've got so many legends of our game, profiler, and we're still losing them bit by bit. And so those guys have got so many. Upapa currently, is one man, all the knowledge, vast knowledge. Go to YouTube and Google it. Would you get anything about Upapa? There is nothing, but he has produced all these players. So yeah, it's pretty sad. And for me, I remember when No Prince in Love, the Boso 90 youngster was promoted, and I was asking around, who is this Prince in Love? And I got a shocking revelation from him as well as my teammates to realize there is one man who is behind all these players, that are playing Premier League, and is relatively unknown. He's there in Makokova, Konapane Tabiso. His name is Wilmot Kwenda. Coach Vito. Yeah. He has produced quite a number of players, but no one knows him or Washi. So, because Okotri Makaru say, Thailanders, what the Konapane triples in Lea, Bulawayo Chiefs, Udlekonapano Brandon Dynamos, Udlekonapana, Katesu Prince, Udlekonapana, Ogilen, Captain Oposo 90, Oda. All those players were playing for Bulawayo Tigers, but when we are not profiling those people, and the people that deserve recognition, they're very frustrated. But when they give up, what I'm doing is pointless. But if we can give them coverage level, they get the platform, and also to get credit for the work that they do. So I think for me, that is what really we have to do as Bulawayo filmmakers, as Bulawayo, media personnel, if we really want to make sure we document our stories, because I feel my name is an untapped talent. Good try. It's like a land of gold, but there is no kind of excavation or anything that has been done. So if we can, put resources together, we focus on such stories, I feel we can get a lot of traction. We can get international recognition through YouTube. So many platforms that we can even showcase what Bulawayo has, rather than every day in South Africa. DSTV Super Sport, we enjoy our Super Sport shows, but what are we doing on our own? We can't let abantu Harare to come and tell our stories when you are the people that can talk about those stories. So yeah, I feel if you have the passion out there and you want to get into this industry, just do it. Do not give up, because there are so many avenues, that you can take. There are so many areas that you can focus on, and you win at the end of the day. So nxa ose give up kumbe nxa ikhona ofisayo kumbe ngena, because abantu bathi sibanengi, but I feel like sibalutshwana.
Maybe as a follow-up, just quickly, for those maybe who are interested, ababukeli abalele sebezwile ukukhulumela amazakho ayisigaqa aqinileyo, bengakuthola ngaphi emoyeni lapha ngazi ku Facebook, YouTube, into ezinjalo.
Yeah, so go Facebook, it's D&F Multimedia, and then go Twitter like futhi, you can do DM D&F Multimedia, then Instagram like futhi D&F Multimedia, and then like email futhi, you can also email D&F Multimedia at gmail.com, and then also you can follow the blog here to www.dndfmultimedia.wordpress.com. So like futhi, you can also get in touch with us through that, or you can go to YouTube futhi D&F Multimedia. You can always get us there. Then personally, like me futhi, you can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. You search for Praise Dumi Dhlakama. You can get me there as well as any platform I think this is
WhatsApp again.
Yeah, WhatsApp. Number yeah, cheese, but I think it's best to see with that professional route. Then from there you can do the number thing.
Well, so that's the story. This has been another exciting episode of the Scalo podcast that is brought to you by Scalo Pictures. Today we praise Dumi Dhlakama, the brains behind the D&F Multimedia. They've been doing a splendid work. Enough respect to D&F for what they've been doing. It's about the Division 1, just because of D&F Media. So from me, Washington Spanda, aka Marasta, praise Dumi Dhlakama, Scalo Pictures team behind the scene city. Halala, peace.